You may or may not have heard of Analog Devices Inc. Not so new. This company has been around since the 70s. It's been compared to the likes of NVTS and most of all to Intel. Let's see what we have here. And NVTS versus ADI. NVTS is relatively new, 2014. That was when it was established. ADI has been around since the 1970s or even earlier than that. It's also been compared with Intel. Intel is also old as well, probably older than ADI. Let's see now. It says here. It says here. Intel stocks still looks like dead money. Why this chip maker is a better bet. So this is all they've said about Intel, and then down here. Okay, let's see now. One argument goes. Okay. Intel went back, and Intel's IPO was in 1971. Okay, that was before ADI's own. ADI was 73 or thereabouts. Unlike flashier names in the chip space, ADI has climbed at a measured pace of 18% year to date and 13% over the past 12 months. It has just printed its all-time high of 257.21. This was on Friday, the 22nd. That was when that printed. Yeah, among other things, even more impressive was the stock's relative strength this week or last week, gaining 9%, while the VanEck semiconductor ETF was essentially flat. That kind of outperformance by the stock, especially at new high, signals general institutional interest. Okay, so let's see now what our projections here is saying. Before we do that, let's just get a summary of what the company does. The company is a global semiconductor company, designs, manufactures, tests, and markets a portfolio of solutions, including integrated circuits, software, and subsystems that leverage high performance analog, mixed signal, and digital signal processing technologies. Its comprehensive product portfolio, specialization, and manufacturing capabilities extend across high performance precision and high speed mixed signal power management and processing technologies, including data converters, amplifiers, power management, radio frequency, ICs, edge processors, and other sensors, and a lot more. You can always pause and have a read. So yeah, um, okay. The That piece was saying that it has performed well even at all-time highs. Okay, so the extrapolation we have here is saying that indeed it's going to hold some of its strength up till Thursday. That is Thursday, the 28th, and after that we might see a contraction of this expansion that began, if you like, um, from the 5th of August or thereabouts, or the 6th of August. Yeah, that expansion is expected to be contracted somewhat up till Monday, the 15th of September, and then after that, the uptrend may resume again, and then after that, a brief contraction as well. No guarantee that that will be the case. This is an extrapolation going all the way over several trading days, so there's no guarantee that will happen. Margin of error is quite high. So in terms of projections for the stock, let's see what we have. We have two. Okay, they're all downward projections. Two one 0.84, 216.22, 224.93. So it closed at 254.49, and we have 257.21. So 257.21 is an upper projection. We may see further upper projections on maybe on other charts. Let's just have a look and see down here what the price pressure momentums are indicating. Okay, here we have they are both in trend modes. The 10 and 21 day moving averages are both in 10 trend modes, but they have negative derivatives. Probably that's why the algos are projecting that we're going to have a contraction, the volatility, a contraction of the expansion. Yeah, that's probably why, among other things. In other words, the momentum is not there anymore for higher prices to keep printing. But things could suddenly change. Things may change. You never know what's going to happen. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart and see what we have in play here. On the 4-hour chart, yeah, okay, here projections are saying 262.66, 257.46, 249.04, 239.38, 241.98, 246.19. So once again we have 275.2, 257.21. Okay, so we have for our projections here. 262.62, 62.66 is the follow-up projection. Unfortunately, we may not be able to determine that probability based on what we have. But if we try some of the, maybe ChatGPT might be able to give us that. But it's always best to. I'm wondering what. Yeah, indeed, you may be able to do that. It's just that unfortunately, we could. I was trying to say. I was going to say that I was skeptical about where it will ChatGPT, for instance, will get the moving average it will use to compute the probability of it maybe printing 262.66. It hasn't done that before, so I'm skeptical about that. But I also thought about this rejection at 257.21. And I just realized, yes, if it did that, then there might be a moving average value. So that moving average value is, you can see down here. This is where all the moving averages are. I think they change. Yeah, they do change. So when it was here, 257.18. Just say let's just 257.18. Okay, all the moving averages there, all of them are less than, or rather were less than 257.21. In other words, the probability of it retesting that is less than 50%. Yeah. If it's more, if the moving averages are greater than your target, then you have a 50% or more probability that that target will be retested or will print. So as it is right now, the probability of it retesting 257.21 is less than 50%. So, but 262.66, we don't have any moving average. We don't have a moving average unless we say we use its all-time high as an average, which it will be controversial. But if you really have to compute something, you probably try to justify your methodology. So if you want to use 257.21, it's still going to give you something less than 50%. And that's natural. That's not absolutely natural because you're trying to determine the probability that hasn't happened before. It shouldn't be very high. It should be something modest. So let's just jump all the way. Okay, we could just have a look at the 3-hour chart. Okay, before now, the extrapolation is saying that a brief weakness might print up till today's trading session, and then after that we might get a bounce that might take it to even higher highs beyond. Let's see, who knows? Maybe beyond 262, maybe beyond maybe this is two. Yeah, maybe beyond 262. This will be by this maybe by Friday. By Friday, it may print another all-time high. Who knows? Let's just see how things go. Um, Price pressure momentums are, yeah, everything here is positive, nothing negative here. Maybe that's why the strength is being extrapolated further because we can't see anything negative here. None of these derivatives are negative, indicating that the momentum hasn't run out yet. Okay, on the 3-hour chart, let's see. Yeah, higher prices are equally extrapolated as well. Here we don't have any further projections. 239 is the highest there. On the 2-hour chart, let's see what we have. Yeah, upper projections just a similar pattern to what we have on the 4 hour chart. A brief deep into this into the pre-market session of today, and then after that the uptrend may resume. So here we have two nothing to the upside, nothing new. Let's see, we may have had something. Okay, yeah, 260.51. It's a fresh high, a fresh all-time high, but obviously hasn't printed. This was also Friday. Yeah. So let's see. We'll have a look at the minute charts, especially the single minute charts. They tend to compute the algos on those charts tend to compute ambitious projections, especially when volatility has occurred. Okay, here we have 273.89, 270.56, 265.117. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, interesting. Let's just get to the 1 minute chart. You might see 254.55. This is the 1 minute chart. 255.83. 254. Okay, I just want to bring up the session of that might be a lot. A session on Friday the 22nd. It might give us yeah, Friday. Yeah, let's see what we have here. It's from here that we might be able to see ambitious projections. Yeah, 253.53. Nothing here. 254. 252. Okay, it seems we're not going to see anything here on the 1 minute chart. But anyway, in any case, we've seen 270. The stock it's not a volatile stock at all. So before it may print that 270, maybe some time, but yeah, we'll keep that. We'll take that. We'll take 270. We'll take 270. Let's have a look. Come back to the 1 hour chart. That's where it was. 273. We have 265.17, 270.56, 273, 273.89. You never know. It may even have higher projections, more ambitious projections. Okay, what are we talking about? We can always come down to the we can always come down to the hourly charts and see. We can always come down to the weekly chart. You might be able to see even higher projections here. 267.37, 29. Yeah. So we didn't need to waste our time on all those other charts. We have here 283.32, 298.35. These were in play as of the 18th of November. So yeah, let's see. So the algos have been projecting. They were expecting that this was going to happen. They're expecting that these projections were going to happen. This new all-time high was going to happen as far back as late December. You can see that. Yeah, as far it began to project these high projections from 260 from around 25th of November. That was when it began. Yeah, not only that, actually before then began to do that. We have here as far back as exactly 1 year ago, it was projecting that the stock was going to do well, and then it was at the stock was trading at 182.42. Yeah. Okay, just have a look and see what you make of ADI stock, and thank you very much for watching this video.